and to all a good night.
While the First Lady read, the president played catch with the toddler, who kept walking up and handing him a ball. At one point, the young boy even threw the ball at the president, who laughed and played along. The hospital staff said Mr. Biden is the first president to visit Children's 4 years in a row. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
And I'm Dave Packer, ABC News.
The holidays are upon us, and you know what that means. It's a crazy, stressful time of year. That's why I want to tell you about Magnesium Breakthrough from Bioptimizers, with 7 proven forms of magnesium to target every system in your body. Don't let stress and burnout ruin your holidays. Get Magnesium Breakthrough from Bioptimizers and give your body the magnesium it craves. It's the perfect gift for yourself or a loved one this holiday season. For an exclusive offer, go to bioptimizers.com/radio and use promo code radio during checkout to save 10% and transform your health. That's bioptimizers.com/radio.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT Yankton.
You are listening to the Coach's Corner Show on KYNT, Yankton's home team. Now, let's get you caught up on Yankton High School athletics with KYNT Sports Director and the voice of the Bucks and Gazelles, Bryce Ladwig.
All right, good morning. This is the Coach's Corner. Bryce Ladwig in the studio, 1019 Broadway Avenue in Yankton. The Coach's Corner is powered by Explorers Credit Union. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with the vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. And today, Coach Chris Haynes, the Yankton Bucks, will join us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. For legendary chicken and the best pizza, it's Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, or you can call 665-1222. That's Yankton Pizza Ranch. I have Coach Blake Savvy. He'll be in the studio here in a few moments for Yankton Gazelles basketball. And we'll talk a little of Yankton wrestling. Coach Robert Coyle left me another monologue to go over, and we'll talk a little gymnastics as well. They're up in a meet in Mitchell today, Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics. So we have the show here this morning. We're going to get it rolling here. When we come back, we'll have Coach Blake Savvy, Yankton Gazelles basketball, right here on the Coach's Corner on KYNT, KYNTV.
My name is Jacob Foken. Running Songbird Kombucha allows me to show my imaginative spirit. Mount Marty was huge in giving me something to work towards and something to become. I didn't set out to become a kombucha brewer. Sort of everything fell into place. The brewing part is how I can be in touch with my artistry and my imagination.
Show your spirit at Mount Marty University and schedule a tour today at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Isn't it great when things work how they should? Like the award-winning free checking from FNBO. No monthly fees, no minimums, and no overdraft fees, ever. Online, in the app, on the go, or down the street. You be you, and we'll make it easy to bank your way and manage your account. Here's to simple, flexible, and free. Here's to checking that works the way you want it to. Visit fnbo.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO Free Checking. Member FDIC.
Did you ever hear that cheese is the favorite food of all mice? Well, that's just a myth. Here's the fact. Mice love all food, often eating up to 8 pounds of it in their lifetime. Mice spread disease through urine, droppings, and dander, contaminating food and surfaces like counters and floors, and that's no myth. A pest professional is your best defense against the devastation rodents, termites, roaches, and ants can cause to your home and family.
Olson Pest Technicians, 1-800-KIL-BUGS.
Are you suffering from a recent injury or chronic pain?
Come see us, Lane and Reed Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of techniques to meet every patient's need and preference, including adjustments, dry needling, acupuncture, cupping, and rehabilitation.
We are dedicated to providing personalized and effective treatment plans to help you perform at your highest level and feel your best.
Whether you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, or a sports injury, we've got you covered.
Go to SWATchiropracticandrehab.com to schedule an appointment.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Let's start talking Yankton Gazelles basketball. Head coach Blake Savvy. Coach, good morning.
Morning.
How are we doing this morning?
Oh, we're doing well. We got a nice Muddy Moe's coffee and, just a nice start to the day.
Well, there you go. Can't go wrong there, right?
No.
Yeah. And we were talking a lot, excuse me, a lot of sports going on today locally, but then also, of course, NFL and college football galore today.
Yeah.
Go Yotes.
Yeah, it's a big day.
Make sure I get a Go Yotes in there. And good luck to SDSU Jackrabbits for those fans.
Okay.
But mainly Go Yotes. All right, here we go. So let's talk Yankton Gazelles basketball. Sioux Falls, Washington defeats Yankton. That was back on Tuesday, 72-33, the varsity matchup. And it was overall for Yankton. Just kind of give me the 30,000-foot view of that matchup.
Yeah, they're a really long athletic team, and they play together really well, which I think is why they just are so good and so tough to compete with, because they've got some college basketball caliber athletes like a Grace Peterson that are willing to share the ball, and if it's not their best shot, they're going to move it on. And then, the ball moves really quick. They're really good shooters. And then defensively, they're just long. They pressured us, and we got sped up with their press. And so the 30,000-foot view, I think this is a really good game for us to look at and evaluate and just say, okay, here's flaws that were exposed. Here's some things that we did well and had flashes of that we want to build on. And now let's go into the heart of the season here after Christmas and ready to attack.
Are you liking the ball movement with the Gazelles a bit more? Obviously, the Sioux Falls Lincoln game out of the gate, Eden Wolfgram had like 89% of the offense, but since then, it seems like the ball is moving around the perimeter better, and more girls are getting some better-looking shots as time goes on.
Yeah, and that's actually something we even broke down a little bit more the last 2 days in practice, and we'll continue to when we get back from break. I think we want to see a little bit more 2 feet in the paint with the ball, as far as getting paint touches and then kickouts, finishes. Just looking at our shot selection and how that's broken down these first 3 games, I do think we can continue to get inside more and just, hopefully finish or get fouled, or you get that inside-out kick-out 3, which is a much higher percentage shot than just kind of a off the dribble or perimeter to perimeter. So just looking at some of those things. But overall, the spread between our girls in shot selections and just, moving it and sharing the ball has definitely gotten better over those first 2 games.
All right, and then you had September Rao in the last matchup. It's really had her first really solid, at least on a stat sheet performance against Sioux Falls, Washington. Tallied up 11 points and seemed to be a lot more poised and a little more confident with the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, as a freshman, that's going to be the case, right? Because you just need those moments with a crowd and the music and a loud environment and just being on that varsity court. And the more that she's in those environments, the more comfortable she'll be, and she's going to continue to grow a lot. And she just did a great job getting herself in a rhythm with some easy shots to start, and then she kind of expanded and hit a couple threes, and she did a good job just being aggressive for us against the press as well. I thought, when we were struggling early in the game, she came in and she threw it over the zone, which was a big deal. They were kind of giving us that. Or she would just kind of rip it and go down the sideline and use her speed. So she was good for us Tuesday to just kind of help manage their pressure and their press defense.
And then Eden Wolfgram drew a lot of defensive attention, rightfully so. She was still able to push through, able to spread the ball around for the Gazelles with a couple of assists, but still was 5 of 11 from the field, tallied up 12 points. And I guess you can put a lot of attention on her, but you can't completely stop her.
Yeah. I mean, she's just she's a great player for us and leader on the court, and she's continuing to develop just kind of her voice within that and being that vocal leader. But she just is one that sets the tone for us defensively, offensively, gets the ball moving. If we need to attack more and get in the paint, we know that we can count on her to find her way in there. She's really good at just kind of waiting and seeing gaps in the defense and then exploiting them. And whether it results in a shot for her or a kick out to a teammate, she's just really solid in those areas.
All right, and then you had sub-varsity action on Tuesday as well. Obviously, you don't need to go in as deep of a dive if you don't have all the information, but it's kind of, you're watching these, as the head coach, you're watching from the program perspective. The C team loses 37-24, and then the JV team 59-23. And if I remember correctly, watching those, there were some moments in those games where you really saw some positive things from those teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely at those lower levels, defense and then ball movement. Those are like the two big things that you just want to watch of, are we starting to understand the system that we want to have in place as far as when to pass and why, when to cut and why, and sharing the ball, finding good shot selections. And we definitely saw those things at the younger levels. I think the biggest thing, again, was them, Washington kind of forcing the issue and speeding us up a little bit. And that's good for us as well, in just getting comfortable in those uncomfortable situations and figuring out how to just find a strong position with the basketball, be confident, and then find your next move and be confident in it. So saw that at both levels. I really did. The C team, I thought, fought really hard for most of the game. And then, Washington, pulled away at the end, but 2-point game at halftime, tight game in the third quarter, and then overall, Washington just kind of pulled away.
All right, so what's the schedule look like for the Gazelles this week? Obviously, you had the game on Tuesday, so what's happened since then? But then also, how does this work with the Christmas break? Because obviously you have Harrisburg the last day of the year.
Yeah. So we took, just kind of one day to pause a little bit. We did a 6 through 12 Christmas party, we called it, and we drove down to the middle school and joined them for their last day of practice. And we just did some fun shooting relays, not at all basketball relays for some of it, and just kind of competed, had fun with the whole program, and celebrated our middle schoolers a little bit. But it was really good for our high schoolers too, especially coming off of Tuesday, just to go laugh a little bit, smile, have fun. And then coming back Thursday and then yesterday morning, we had 2 really good days of practice. And that's what's, I think, really important about this group is they keep coming back with focus, motivation, energy, and they're just like, all right, let's just go again. And what can we work on this time? And so that leads us to, we're now at a break till next Friday, the 27th, we can start practicing again. And then we'll have, 3 days of prep for Harrisburg. And then we get 2 days of prep, and then it's Brookings on that Friday. So it's going to be, right back at it once we get going, as far as just short amounts of practice, preparing for teams and getting rolling.
I know you'll probably just say, it is what it is, but is it kind of annoying having to prepare for Harrisburg twice?
Yeah, I mean, I think they played a couple games in that time frame, so it honestly did give a little bit of a chance to just see them against a different team as well.
True.
Which is nicer because they had only played Marshall, Minnesota when we were about to play them. Now they've played some common opponents in,
because you really don't know much about
Lincoln,
Marshall,
right? And so now it's kind of nice to be able to put it to a common opponent and scout them in that light. And I think that helps a little bit.
Well, it makes sense. What does Coach Savvy have planned for Christmas?
We're gonna. My sister Anna's flying in from Utah this weekend, so we'll go pick her up in Omaha, spend some time in Omaha, hang out with her a lot, and then I'm blessed. My family is all right in Beersford. As far as my grandparents and aunts and uncles are in Sioux Falls, so we are always in Beersford hanging out. And so
your family's all in Beersford or at Yankton High School,
right? Yes, one of those two spots. You're gonna find 70% of the Savvies. So, yeah, we'll just hang out and enjoy some family time.
All right, sounds good. Well, happy holidays to you and the family, and I appreciate you joining us, Coach.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, we'll be back here on the Coach's Corner.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please pull forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Are you ready to drive home your savings? For a limited time, Explore CU is offering an incredible deal on auto loans. They'll beat your current auto loan rate by up to 2% on new and used vehicle refinances from other institutions. Choose from a variety of terms to fit your budget and lifestyle. Enjoy a fast, easy application and approval process with no application fee. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save. Visit us at explorerscu.com to learn more and apply today.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's two best hotels, the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate and still be able to change your reservation without a hassle, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield and Holiday Inn Express, two great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Do you want a job that keeps it real? At Truxedo, a real truck company, we keep it real by promoting our values of excellent service, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. Join the Truxedo team and enjoy your next career adventure. We have a variety of openings, including Weekend Maintenance Technician 2. So don't wait. Get up, get out, and apply at realtruck.com/careers. Start your next adventure with a career at Truxedo.
¿Está buscando una casa para comprar? Me llamo Deb Speck de Vision Real Estate y puedo ayudarle a encontrar la casa perfecta. Yo sé que la barrera del idioma puede ser difícil, pero puedo facilitar el proceso. Escoja a un agente que se habla español. Envíeme un mensaje de texto 605-661-9398.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Your flex spending dollars expire soon. Stop into Yankton Medical Clinic Pharmacy before the end of the year. The friendly staff will assist you with your medication needs and questions. They offer brand name and generic prescriptions, special order items, over-the-counter medications, and more. And provide convenient online refills, drive-up service, free delivery or mail-outs, and evening and weekend hours. Call Yankton Medical Clinic Pharmacy, 665-2929, or visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner here, 1019 Broadway Avenue. And joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line, head coach Chris Haynes, Yankton Bucks basketball. Coach, good morning.
Good
morning, Bryce. How are we doing today?
I am doing just fine. Hey, just season or home opener, I should say. Last night, of course, Sioux Falls, Lincoln. I keep saying Washington. I don't know why, but Sioux Falls, Lincoln, a 69-29 loss for the Bucks. And for those that maybe didn't catch our post-game talk, kind of opening thoughts, Coach, on that. Right out of the gate, Sioux Falls, Lincoln started strong, and Bucks just kind of give us your opening thoughts.
Yeah, obviously we knew they were capable of that. They've done that in their first two games against Washington and Harrisburg. They just came out and totally controlled the game with their defensive pressure. And so, we knew that. We tried to do some things in practice to prepare for that. But ultimately, you got to give Sioux Falls Lincoln a lot of credit. They're really playing well here out of the gates. They're extremely talented and athletic, and they're playing very hard, and they're competitors. And once they get rolling like that, Bryce, they're just hard to stop. And traditionally, that's how Sioux Falls Lincoln has been. They've had really good, talented teams, and again, once they get rolling offensively and start feeling good and get some momentum, they're extremely hard to stop and to slow down, and that's where we found ourselves last night.
And this, of course, isn't the Sioux Falls Lincoln show, so we'll talk more Yankton Bucks. But last thing about them, that Sam Erickson, more specifically, 25 points, a lefty, just really crafty.
Yeah, he's a really good player. He probably spent a lot of time, and he can, at 6'3", and he's got a true jump shot. You don't see a ton of that anymore, but he's got a true jump shot. What I mean by that is he can elevate when he shoots his jumper. So he gets off the ground, and at 6'3", he's got a high release and just a really nice shot. And and he's just kind of like their team. Once he gets it going, he's really hard to guard. Opening night against Sioux Falls, Washington, he was kind of off, and he actually didn't even score. And then at Harrisburg, he hit a couple early and ends up with same type of game he had against us, right around 25 points. So he's a kid that can really get it going and very streaky. And once he sees one or two go in, he's going to be very aggressive. And that's again, he did that last night. And I thought we did a decent job on him. Again, you know he's a shooter and you can't give him shots, but he hit some deep ones and some contested ones that we were right there. So sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the offense, but. He's a good player and did a nice job. And just in general, they're just very balanced. They can hurt you in a lot of different ways. Or you got a good point guard, good quickness, good shooters, good inside game, and then they back it up with really good defense and defensive pressure. And for us, Bryce, that's what we need to take away from that game is that when you get against those types of teams, you just have to understand how important ball sureness is. And taking care of the basketball because they're hard enough to stop. And if you give them points by throwing the ball to them for runouts and layups and dunks and stuff, then you're going to find yourself in the situation where we were in last night. So if that's the number one thing we got to take away from last night is just how important it is going to be for us to take care of the basketball.
Yeah, we did talk about that in the post game, and I feel like a lot of their points were in transition. But if you're looking at some positives from last night, Coach, let's start with Owen Eidsness. Comes off the bench, but really just you missed. No beat is missed once he steps on the floor. Very efficient.
Yeah, Owen's made a couple shots in our first two games here, and so that's nice to see. And getting some varsity experience. Again, it's a big jump going from the JV game to the varsity game. It's just so much faster and more physical and. So he's hanging in there. He's doing a nice job, and obviously we're going to need some production from him going forward. So hopefully he's, with his experience, he's gaining some confidence and understanding, just how fast and how physical the varsity game can be at times.
What kind of defensive attention is Carson Ness getting from these teams? Obviously not just as the point guard, but the expected top scorer for Yankton.
Yeah, and he's going to see that throughout the year. Obviously, opening, and everybody knows about Carson. He's a great athlete and started all 21 games for us last year, and really good football season, really good track. So people know that he's a good athlete, and he's going to be the focal point for our opponents. Coming in, they're going to focus on him, and so. But we still need Carson to be aggressive. And he was last night. Carson did a nice job of going to the basket. Obviously, it's tough to finish against those guys, but we need him to continue to be aggressive and look to make plays for himself and for his teammates. And he did a nice job of that last night again. Just overall as a team, we got to take care of the ball a little bit better. And when we do, and we told our guys after the game, at halftime and after the game, we did a nice job of attacking the basket at times. Carson and Beck and even Cohen and Bryce and a couple other guys, we got into the paint. We just have to have more positives come out of those when we get to the paint. What I mean by that is we either need to draw fouls, we need to finish at the basket, we need to be able to get our feet down and make a pivot and kick. Because too often we got to the paint, but then we're trying to do tough finishes against the length of those big guys, which that can be tough, or we're not getting our feet down and we're turning it over. And things like that. So we got to continue to be aggressive and continue to attack the basket. We just got, like I said, we got to get more positive production when we do get into the lane and to the basket.
He missed the entire year last year. He started playing football again this year. He had a really good football season for the Bucks, and now back on the varsity floor for basketball. And obviously, it's not a secret. It was a knee injury. It's wrapped. I mean, everyone can see it. But Cohen Zarbach seems to be moving very well with his varsity. Yeah, he's done a good job here the first 3 weeks. Again, it's hard when you take an entire year off, especially, your junior year. That's kind of a really big year where you can get some experience and some growth and development. So that was hard. And the fact that he's, going out there and making some plays, again, he's learning, especially the physicality and the speed of the varsity game as well. And so, the more he plays and the more he's in those situations, you even seen it in the second half last night. The first half, and we've been working on it with him in practice. Like he's got some ability and he can do some things and get to the basket a little bit. But the first half, he didn't quite go strong enough and, didn't finish. And then the second half, he did a better job of when he went to the basket of making stronger moves and getting his feet down and keeping the ball in tight. Which is, again, things that he needs to improve on and do for us. All right, and then I don't have the scores in front of me, Coach, so I apologize. Actually, maybe I do. I don't know. But the sub-varsity action last night, I'd like to talk about those on the Coach's Corner as well. Yeah, so you have your freshman A team took a victory, and then the sophomore game went down to the wire, a very impressive victory for them as well. The other games, competitive, but a couple losses. But what did you see from the sub-varsity that you liked?
Yeah, I thought they did a nice job, and they have done a nice job through the first 3 weeks. The freshmen got a really nice win. I was able to go over and catch the end of that one after the JV game. A lot of times if it's not a doubleheader, just depending on how the schedule works, don't have the opportunity to see the freshmen play a lot just because, you're trying to watch the JV game and pick up on some players' tendencies that might be in the varsity game and, some plays and things like that you're going to see in the varsity game. But got over and saw the end of the freshman game, and, that's a good group that's working hard and doing a nice job there. Got a nice win. And then, like you said, in the sophomore game, and we got a lot of freshmen playing in the sophomore game as well. We got 4 sophomores that are moved up that are playing, last night that only played JV and varsity. So the rest of that sophomore crew and the freshmen that moved up did a nice job. And Sioux Falls Lincoln obviously has guys moved up too. Their starting point guard's a sophomore. The painter kid off the bench is a sophomore. So they're going to be really good going forward. But it's nice to see, looking down that, hey, we're being competitive in those games. And I would think that most people would probably think that Sioux Falls Lincoln's younger levels and younger players are really good and talented. So the fact that we're competing with them is definitely a positive.
All right, Coach, and remind me, for those that maybe didn't hear us last night, what's the Yankton Bucks schedule looking like? Obviously with Christmas, like literally right around the corner, and then at Harrisburg on the last day of the year.
Yep, just getting ready to head up to Coach Rosie's. Our boys are lifting here at 10 o'clock and getting a nice lift and condition in before we head into Christmas break. And then, the state mandates everyone take a 5-day moratorium off, which I think is a good thing, Bryce. I don't know how long ago. It's probably been longer ago than I think now that the state instituted that. But I just think it's good. It takes it out of everyone's hands, coaches, because it's important to spend time with family over the holidays, and we want our guys to be able to do that and get away. And sometimes when you didn't have that moratorium as a coach, you're like, if you're not practicing, are you falling behind and things. So it's just nice that the state did that and took it out of everyone's hands. So we'll be off until we'll come back and practice December 27th for a few days, and then the makeup game with Harrisburg on New Year's Eve, which is nice to get that game in over break. Obviously, with the rollback year, we only had 3 games scheduled before Christmas break. So you get one of them postponed, so you only had 2 games in December, which obviously, as you know, Bryce, as you'll be on the road a lot with us, that makes for a really busy January and February. So the fact that we can fit that game in on December 31st here over break is a good thing for us.
Oh, absolutely, and looking forward to it. Looking forward to the travel as well. I mean, I enjoy it. This is what I do, right? So this is the good time of the year. And Coach, is Santa Claus going to be visiting the Haynes household, or what's Coach Haynes doing for Christmas?
Absolutely, yeah. We're going to go visit my wife's parents up in Minnesota for a few days. We'll leave on Sunday and come back on New Year's Eve. The last few years, we've gotten back and on New Year's Eve, and then so you can wake up at our house on Christmas morning. And I don't know, the Haynes kids the little guys and Allie and Connor especially, they can be rascals at times. So we'll see whether they get Cole or some presents this year.
I will wait in suspense. Coach, thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend, and happy holidays to you and the family.
Yep, same to you, Bryce. Thanks.
All right, that's Coach Chris Haynes. We're going to take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
The other day, a customer came into the UPS store with a few special gifts she needed to ship for the holidays. As we were packing them securely, she asked if we could also help her design and print custom Christmas cards. The answer? Of course we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion. For over 8 years, we've been helping customers with their holiday needs, from shipping gifts to creating personalized cards. Stop in today and let us make your holiday season easier.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products, we've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Don't wait for the snow and cold to get here. Now is the time to get your garage and shop doors repaired and serviced before the winter season. It's time to call the Garage Door Professionals. This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We will service your door for less problems this winter. So if your garage or shop doors need replacing or just a tune-up, get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer, Upper Midwest Garage Door. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Pizza Ranch is all about the cookie. This is Mike from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Get ready for our famous family-sized chocolate chip cookie filled with chewy, gooey, chocolatey goodness. And right now, you can feed your group for just $20. Grab our online pizza deal, 2 single-topping medium pizzas, a small cheesy ranch sticks, and a small cactus bread, all for $20. Simply go to pizzaranch.com to order now.
Whoa, that's good.
Are you a business owner looking to offer your employees some benefits? We can help. Missouri River Associates offers all the major health insurance carriers, along with group life, dental, vision, and more. Give me, Jen Great, a call today to review your business and employee needs.
Your income is essential and irreplaceable, so protect it with disability income insurance. Get coverage that keeps you secure if life takes an unexpected turn. Disability income allows you to receive income even when you can't work, because your financial security shouldn't depend on your health. Give me, Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates, a call.
Are you ready to drive home your savings? For a limited time, Explorers CU is offering an incredible deal on auto loans. They'll beat your current auto loan rate by up to 2% on new and used vehicle refinances from other institutions. Choose from a variety of terms to fit your budget and lifestyle. Enjoy a fast, easy application and approval process with no application fee. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save. Visit us at explorerscu.com to learn more and apply today.
Don't wait for the snow and cold to get here. Now is the time to get your garage and shop doors repaired and serviced before the winter season. It's time to call the Garage Door Professionals. This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We will service your door for less problems this winter. So if your garage or shop doors need replacing or just a tune-up, get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer, Upper Midwest Garage Door. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Thank you to Coach Chris Haynes joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Pizza Ranch for legendary chicken and the best pizza. It's Yankton Pizza Ranch. It's on Broadway. You can call 665-1222. And it was messaging back and forth with Coach Robert Coyle, Yankton Wrestling, and to give me some notes, his travel schedule and my schedule are just, we're not meant to be. But no, I love talking to him and getting notes at least, and we'll get an interview next week. But his note to us this morning says we had a pretty open week where we didn't really have any duels or matches, so this helped us slow things down a bit and really focused on our technique and practice. Today, our varsity boys and girls will wrestle in Sioux Falls, Washington, the Warrior Invite. And my wrestlers to watch for the boys and girls today would be our 113-pounder, Damien Janish, and for the girls, it would be Chloe Caton. Chloe is coming off an 8th place finish at the Rapid City Invite as just a 7th grader, which is a very big deal. Yeah, I would say. Likewise, our JV boys are traveling to Sioux Valley in Volga today to compete in a tournament there. It's actually a really good. It's actually a varsity tournament with some good Class B teams that we send our JV there, and I'm sure looking forward to seeing how they are going to do down there. So Yankton Wrestling very busy. Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics also busy. They are right now in the McCormick Invitational in Mitchell, and at Mitchell High School. And best of luck to them as well. We'll talk to Coach Justin Olson next week. Maybe be able to get him in the studio. I need to check their schedule. At the very least, maybe a live call from the studio on the Pizza Ranch phone line for him. So winter sports is here. Yankton basketball, Bucks and Gazelles in full swing now. And now we're going to take a little bit of a break, Christmas break. And then we have that Harrisburg doubleheader on the 31st. That'll be a 12 o'clock pregame, 12:30 tip-off right here on KYNT and also on KYNTV. So make sure that you put that in your calendar. And don't worry, we'll remind you on social media, but that's an early game, or early couple games. And then we'll get into 2025 already. Where is the time going? So looking forward to that. And thanks to all of our sponsors making this broadcast possible today, especially Explorers Credit Union powering the show. Explorers Credit Union, wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with the vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. Again, thank you to the rest of our sponsors and, of course, to you, the listener and viewer on KYNT and KYNTV, Yankton's home team and stream. I'm Bryce Ladwig. Go Bucks, go Gazelles, and go enjoy the rest of your weekend.
FM 1021 and AM 1450, KYNT, Yankton.